Hello, Steelers Nation, and welcome to the latest episode of your Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate. And before I start today's video, I just want to put a huge, massive vote of thanks out to over 1,000 people now who have subscribed to the Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate. Mark and I are so amazingly grateful, guys, for all you have done, for all the support, for the comments, for coming on board, for subbing. We are two Steelers fans who love talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers. We don't chat rubbish that we don't know about. We talk about our Steelers. We make content for Steelers fans. We are Steelers fans making content for Steelers fans. And that's what we're here for. Guys, thank you so much for subscribing. It really does mean the absolute world to Mark and I. Please keep checking out our content. Please help keep boosting our watch hours up. That would be fantastic if you could help us with that. I also want to move a vote of thanks as well to Gridiron Blitz, aka Derek, who does the Detroit Lions Syndicate and who is sort of overseeing the whole syndicate thing with the Denver Broncos Syndicate, which has also started very recently. Thank you, Derek, for all your help, your support. Mark and I are truly appreciative for everything. So, guys, what we're going to talk about today, I want to talk today a little bit about how do the Pittsburgh Steelers fill a Tuitt-sized hole? And it is a hole. It's a big hole, guys. Now, if you consider last year we had the worst run defense in the NFL, if this defense is truly going to become elite, or at least top 5, we need to have a defensive line that is exceptionally effective and works exceptionally well. Now, having Tyson Alualu back will be a major, major benefit because he will stuff that middle up. He is probably one of the best run stuffers on that those defensive linemen that we have in the team. But here's the question. The question is, of course, what do we do to fill the gap that's been left by Stephon Tuitt? Now, last year, Chris Wormley filled that gap. And Chris Wormley had 10 sacks. He did very, very well. But his run defense was pretty shoddy and not really up to standards. So that was, the side that the opposition was able to run down. That was, the opposition were able to get down the middle as well because there was no Tyson Alualu. And certainly, though, I think Chris Wormley would be perhaps slightly better this season having Alualu and Cam next to him. But is he the answer? Is that the answer to replace Stephon Tuitt? Certainly, Kevin Colbert, our former GM, when interviewed, referred to Chris Wormley as a starter. So, the way I look at it is there are 3 possibilities, I think, on the Pittsburgh Steelers' current roster who could come in and play that role for Stephon Tuitt. So we've got Chris Wormley, who I've already mentioned. Is probably the favorite. He's probably the leader in the clubhouse, shall we say, to come in and fill that Tuitt-sized hole. But questions over his run defense persist, and that's possibly something that may let him down in the long run. So that's one. The one in the middle, obviously, is Isaiah Loudermilk. So Isaiah Loudermilk was the guy that the Pittsburgh Steelers traded back into the draft to get hold of. He is a very promising character. He is someone who there is a lot of similarities seen in terms of his size, his technique, his stature with Cam Hayward. Is Isaiah Loudermilk ready to have a breakthrough season and come into the Steelers team and work on the defensive line? I think it's probably too early still for Loudermilk to really come in and be that replacement for Stephon Tuitt. So that's one possibility. Kyle Dunbar might be able to upskill him enough. He's been working with Cam Hayward. Cam Hayward might be able to upskill him enough so that there is a confidence there from Terrell Austin, from Kyle Dunbar, from Brian Flores, from Mike Tomlin that Isaiah Loudermilk could well fill in for Stephon Tuitt. The third option is obviously the guy that we drafted in the 3rd round of this year's draft, DeMarvin Leal out of Texas A&M. Now, at this moment in time, the Steelers don't really know how they want to use DeMarvin Leal. Leal said he was bulking up, but do the Steelers want to use him in the nose tackle position? Do they want to use him as a defensive end, a defensive tackle, or as even an outside linebacker? Where do the Steelers want to use DeMarvin Leal? Leal is a rookie. He's learning the game. He is a possibility, I think, to come in and have snaps at that position. But is he a starter yet? He's a 3rd-round pick. Perhaps you would argue the 3rd-round pick should be ready to start. And certainly someone with the caliber and the talent of DeMarvin Leal, he perhaps should come in and be that possible starter. So he's another option for the Steelers to fill that Tuitt-sized hole. But what other options are there out there? Well, Obviously, then you look to the free agent market. Now, the perfect replacement for Stephon Tuitt, unfortunately, has gone to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This announcement came too late for the Steelers to actually do anything about signing him, and that was Akeem Hicks from the Chicago Bears. He would have been a great signing, I think, to come in and replace Stephon Tuitt. He's got veteran experience. He is a quality player, but unfortunately now he has moved on and he has gone. So he is not there as a possibility to sign. So who is left out there in the free agent market? Well, let's have a look, shall we? Here are the list of current available free agents. So we have Joel Heath, who is 28 years old. He is from Detroit. He is one possibility there. Actually, let's go to the list on the other side. Let's go through this in the order that is put out there by Spotrac. So we've got Eddie Goldman, who is 28 from Chicago, possibility. Brandon Williams from Baltimore, 33, probably too old to be considered by the Steelers. And Dama Kong Su is 35 from Tampa Bay. There's a strong likelihood that he may well return to Tampa Bay, plus his age goes against him, plus his cost goes against him. Now, I know that the retirement of Stephon Tuitt has freed up over 9 million in cap space, and the dead cap hit is only 4 million, which puts the current Steelers cap room at around $21 million. That could, of course, be influenced by rookie deals that still need to be signed and other costs as well to players that are currently on the roster, plus if they go for Minka's new deal, Deontay's new deal, etc. Then there's Linval Joseph, again, 33, probably too old for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Star Lutolalai from Buffalo, 32 again, probably too old. Larry Ogunjoby is an interesting possibility. 27 years old out of Cincinnati, knows the AFC North, is a quality player. I'll come back to him in a minute. Then you've got a big long list of others. Sheldon Richardson from Minnesota is another possibility, but at 31, would the Steelers want to gamble on that? Going to that second part of that list, you've got Trayvon Coley, 27 out of Tennessee, Joel Heath, 28 out of Detroit. But again, lots of lists. Malik McDowell from Cleveland, 25, another possible person there. You know, a big long list, but are any of those really a major upgrade? Now, I've heard some talk in the media about Larry Ogunjoby. Now, there is, however, certain things that are putting us off Larry Ogunjoby at this moment in time. Who remembers this incident, the Mason incident, where Mason Rudolph's helmet was ripped off and Myles Garrett attacked him with the helmet? It was Larry Ogunjoby who blindsided and shoved over Mason Rudolph. Is there still some fallout from that incident likely to happen in the Steelers locker room if they bring back Larry Ogunjoby? That is a possibility. Let's have a look at Larry Ogunjoby's stats. Larry Ogunjoby has obviously played in Cleveland and Cincinnati, so knows the AFC North. Career-wise, he has played 70 games, started 63 of them. In terms of his tackles, he has 229 career tackles, 137 solos, 92 assisted, 41 tackles for a loss, 53 QB hits. He has 21 and a half sacks in his 5 years of NFL experience. So actually, his stats are not bad. He would be a decent person for the Steelers to go out and sign to add veteran presence to that defensive line. But, and this is the big book here, guys, has too much damage been done from that previous incident where he was involved in the Mason Rudolph incident? The rights and wrongs of that incident obviously are still debated by both fan groups. So what is the answer? Is it the fact that we should perhaps give one of the existing players on the roster in terms of Isaiah Loudermilk, Chris Wormley, or DeMarvin Leal the opportunity? There are 11 defensive linemen currently on the Steelers roster. That is a large number of players. If you look at that list is major, is severely major. But you can argue, yes, there is a lot of depth there, but is there any quality depth there? That's the question that has to be answered by Omar Khan and by by Terrell Austin. So let's have a look. We've got Montravius Adams. We've got Tyson Alualo, Daniel Archibong, Carlos Davis, Khalil Davis, Cameron Haywood, Donovan Jeter, DeMarvin Leal, Isaiah Loudermilk, Henry Mondeau, Chris Wormley. There's a lot of depth there, but is it quality depth? That's the question. Or do we need to go out and get someone like a Larry Ogunjoby, like a Malik McDowell, someone who knows the AFC North and can come in and slot in alongside Stephon Tuitt? I would personally like to see them go in and get someone with some veteran experience. I think it's probably still too early for Isaiah Loudermilk and also for DeMarvin Leal to fill in. And I don't really rate Chris Wormley as a starter. Yes, he did a solid job last year, but his run defense is a major letdown. So what do we do? That's the question, Steelers Nation. Drop me a comment below. Let me know what you think we should do. Do we go with one of the 3 players I've identified? Or do we go out and sign someone like Larry Ogunjoby, Malik McDowell? Or has Larry Ogunjoby done too much damage to ever give himself an opportunity to play in Pittsburgh? Thanks again for subscribing, guys. If you're still watching, let's hit that subscribe button, guys, and join the Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate, the best, biggest, freshest new channel out there on your Pittsburgh Steelers. Thank you for listening. Here we go, Steelers. Come on.